Hello everyone, welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Last time we left off, we got through the college education system. Now we're a graduate in, I think, geology, robotectronics, and physical education. So now we're in a swamp, trying to find Charles Wallace, who went missing here. So that's what we're doing today. I'm not good with intro, let's just get right into it. You wouldn't trust this rickety old shelter to protect you from a single raindrop. Why not? Seems a bit odd. It's a notice board. See what there is to notice. There's a notice from the Federal Bureau of Prohibition. Wanted, information pertaining to the whereabouts of Jarvis and Clem Schlitz for the crime of moonshinery, last seen in the vicinity of a rickety old cabin. That's probably worth investigating. Is there anything else? A poster grabs your attention. Missing, Tom Chapman, inquirer at Largemouth Bass & Sons. The face of a teenage boy is shown in an attached photograph. A portrait of the boy and his elder male relatives, each holding a largemouth. Kathy Tracy, inquirer at Largemouth Bass & Sons. What's going on at Largemouth Bass? Make a missing post of a Charles. Well, you don't have paper with which to make a poster. You could write Charles's name on the two that are already there. So, Bass & Sons, write Charles Wallace. Do that. That'll get posts. Big work. The truth is brilliant. Oh, that's good. Good. No point in walking out of the swamp when there's a bus stop. Okay. Oh, that's good. Let's go to the shack. You slog through the swamp. You're slogged through the swamp, interrupted by an unfortunately familiar face. Halt, interloper! Your pernicious interference ends here. Oh, jeez, not you again. Indeed, it is I, and I will give you even more cause to regret this encounter. You may have thought yourself clever hiding in the Institute where the Dean's wars would protect you from our attentions, but now you've let that protection be power. You have made yourself extremely vulnerable. I'm just looking for my uncle. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about the Dean or your plans or those weird. Regardless of these claims, you leave this place unscathed. Quite the opposite. So, like, scathed? Indeed. Well, fine, I'm not scared of an accountant. What are you gonna do, embezzle me to death? Terrence pulls a gun out of his jacket. I've decided to balance these books in a more direct fashion. Swell. Fight him. Oh god. How much health does he have? Oh no, I might die. Fair at all. That doesn't seem fair at all. I like how it went down. I'm dead. You lost. Terrence looms over you, gloating with a sinister look in his eyes. Losing that fight made you really mad. He takes a fountain pen out of its inside pocket and scratches something in the middle of your forehead. It hurts, and you're pretty sure that isn't ink trickling down. That Terrence's accounting? Oh no. You have been evaluated and found wanting. Oh, I got -1 to all my stats. You're in the red, interloper. Kindly ensure that we do not meet again. He strides away into the swamp. Ugh. God dang it. That's unfortunate. Oh well. What is this? This rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. A protein-rich clutch of worm eggs is nestled in an especially rotten niche. I'm regretting picking the insectologist. I just thought maybe because I was gonna be, like, coming across a lot of bugs that it's like, oh, it would help to have it just in case, like, oh, like, it's effective towards, like, battles and whatnot. But nope. Just getting me a lot of a lot of resources that I don't really care about. It's a ramshackle cabin, or maybe a ram cabin shack. Is there anything in here? Whoever was here last must have left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. You draw cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table, then you collect your winnings. I got 22 meat. Cool. This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Blah. Gross. There's a spare car tire leaning against the wall here. The tread pattern on this tire identifies it as a Lincoln, which sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly, the top hat and beard were a dead giveaway. Nice. A rusty old fire-powered still, you're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. There's nothing in this jar. Oh. Okay. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like nobody has been here for a while. A couple of soggy bedrolls. Okay, so there was nothing really here, so let's go to Largemouth Bass and Sons. Gotta watch your step in this swamp. You come across a man sunk up to his elbows in the sludge. Yes, I do appear to be stuck, he says, but I am too proud to ask for help. Respect his wishes. He'll get out by himself. I'm pretty sure of that. Hi. State your business. Business. Do what you must then, but for your own good, don't hang around. Largemouth Bass and Sons is cursed of late, stranger. Sales are down, shouldn't go missing. The bosses have stopped speaking to one another. I'd quit, but God help me, I love the damn fish. What goes on at this place? At Largemouth Bass and Sons, we fish largemouth bass, and most of us are sons. Why don't the bosses speak to one another? Between you and me, and 3,600 largemouth bass? Mr. Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Aquademy Awards a few years back. They tolerated each other only because they both perform a function vital to the business, which is Mr. Tracy debones the fish and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready for sale and market. Are you saying you take out the fish bones and then put them back in? It's tradition. For generations, the Chapman has deboned the bass and the Tracy rebones them. That unique process is what gives our bass its distinctive tang. What do you think happened to those kids? If you ask me, that's what I just did. Hell, they ran off. This life isn't for everyone, and Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass and deboner or reboner. I'll be going. Nice talking with you, my guy. The sign identifies these waters as a sign of historical importance. This pool is the birthplace of largest mouth Luke, a bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. On August 2nd, 1792, he returned to his home waters to die. His body was never found. Maybe the lake is cursed. The guard eyes you suspiciously. The guard seems a little nervous. Are the shotguns keeping you out, or something else in? I don't know. I won't go in there just yet. I just want to look around a little bit more. The viscous puddle reflects a gloomy face. Starts with the puddle or the man? The puddle, please. Hello, sir. I can't understand you. It's a puddle. Talk to him, man. What's the matter with you? She's left me. Who left you? Amphibious truck. Oh, so not a person. No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks. So what happened to your truck? Our truck. It's the company truck. We used to take the fish to market. A couple nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed. And I must have really ticked her off, because the next morning, she was gone. No, nothing. Are you suggesting this truck is sentient? It's funny, I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any other explanation for it running off the way it has. So what's this puddle here? It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here, now, in our special place, waiting for her to come home. Is it working? Obviously, you can see that it's not. Could it have anything to do with the missing kids? Tom and Kathy? You had to talk to Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that. Sorry. Maybe they took the truck. I don't know. Seems like a stretch. When did the children go missing? Same day as the truck, but I think that's probably a coincidence. So how far could someone have gone in the truck? With the gas left in it? Couldn't have gone farther than 100 miles. 100 miles, okay. No, 100. Sorry, 100 is fisherman's lingo. It means 11. Oh. Okay. Missing truck, huh? That's a shame. She'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where will she be? Good luck with the truck. Gotta go. This guard seems here, but skeptical of you. There's something fishy going on in there. It's not because of the fish. Here's another cat. Fishermen's cats are a touchy sort and regard unproven outsiders with the highest suspicion. The cat avoids your touch. You get the sense that only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will overcome its suspicions of you. Okay. The chum bucket is inscribed, "A stranger is just a chum you haven't met yet." True. The chum bucket is inscribed, "Champagne for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums." Okay. Champagne for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums. That one's a little more esoteric. Surely a fisherman yearns for a glorious death at sea, not to wind up behind a desk. Hello there, I wonder, do you ever wish you'd had a glorious death at sea? Oh, many a sea creature has tried to give me one, pal, but before they can get their teeth in me, I've reboned them 6-way to Sontag. He spits a wad of chewing tobacco out the door. Time into a spittoon. Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer, Largemouth Bass and Sons. You hear about Tom? Looking for someone myself, Charles Wallace? I know the name. Some fool wrote it on the missing poster I had up for Tom. I've been wondering who or what he is. Is he a fish? No? Then I'm not the person to ask. I'm a fisherman, friend. My bag is fish. You're looking for a human. You want to be asking some sort of human fisherman? Haha. You are a human fisherman. His expression turns sour. Now that you've poked a hole in his premise, he has lost interest in the conversation. Okay, I don't know where your friend is, alright? I saw the posters about the missing children. Found one child, you find the other. My Tom has been lured into the lair of Occam's gator by that Jezebel of a deboned daughter. A good and true fisherman led astray by that delinquent sorceress, who's never cared a Walt Whitman for what we do here with a largemouth bass. I'm in. Well, not so fast, Goody Shoes. Goody Shoes? You haven't heard my terms yet. I don't want you looking for Cathy on Tracy's dime. It's Tom that needs saving, and he needs saving from her. Do that, and there's 200 meat in your pocket. My mother's fishing rod. Is it a special fishing rod? It is, and I'll tell you why. It has never caught a fish. Oh, that sounds worse than a normal fishing rod. It has never caught a fish. Always catches 2. Don't know how it works. Don't want to know how it works. We just thank Poseidon for the bounty. Okay. Hurrah! Now I have no idea where you might find Tom, but what I'll do is let you into our quarters in the back. I know it keeps a diary, though I have never been able to make sense of the thing. Fundamentally, the way your generation speaks is utter nonsense to me. The mad ramblings of youth. Perhaps you will understand it. Now, bring him home. You hear me? So what do you do here? I'm the Chief Reboning Officer here at Largemouth Bass and Sons, like my father was before me, and etc. It's a wonderful life. A good family life. Okay. Seeing you. Back there's the mess. That's okay, I don't mind. Not messy, it's the mess. As in where we have our meals. Oh, I thought they only called it a mess in the armed forces. And is fishing not the armed forces? When did we used to hold the rods, huh? Your arms? Clever boy. Lo, with the reboning knife of righteousness has a complete bass been forged. The Book of Courage. Happy with something? Yeah, what's back here? Those are crew quarters. Wait, you live here? Where the fish live, we live. I see. Wait, can I go in? Oh, okay. It's possible that a largemouth bass fisherman could do their job while sleeping in a nice soft bed, but it's never been tried anywhere in the world. So many fishermen don't get into largemouth bass because they can't hack the bunk beds. Oh, okay. Unsuitable bones are ground up here into a thin meal. The sign claims that these are cups of homemade bone broth and that you should take one. Okay? Not one to question the instructions on a tiny sign, you grab a cup. Bone broth, what does that do for me? Broth made from fish bones, not unlike the ocean itself. Increases my muscle by 1 and HP by 5. Okay, I have tons of stuff that does that. Everything on the shelf is labeled hardtack. Tack. The non-perishable and long-lasting foodstuff sustains the fishermen on their voyage from this building to outside this building. Okay, and increases my physical armor by 5. This is much harder than tack. Now that makes sense. Broken bones piled high in the sink. Detritus from the experience of an apprentice reboner. Does this take me back out? Yes, it does. Okay, I need to go back in here. It seems that the leftmost locker belongs to Tom Chapman. It's locked. That wasn't quite what you were intended to do, but luckily you did manage to reveal a secret cache hidden behind the lockers. Got his diary. Okay. What are the perks that I have? Okay. It's unfortunate that it's -1 everything, but whatever. Okay. I have 31 experience. Okay. I want to look at the diary. Secret diary of a bass fishing scene. This diary belongs to Tom Chapman. If found, please return to Largemouth Bass & Sons. For controversial thoughts and secret plans, turn to page 19. For information of no consequence, turn to page 33. 33. It's as if we take the truck through the Gatorman camp. We'll ask Peter where it is. Animal ideas. 3-toed squid. Chihuahua. Big. 4-toed squid. Honey-hating bear. Rabbit. More teeth. Bastard chimp. Grandfather cat. Balder eagle. Balder eagle. Sleeping dog that lies. Egg cat. Okay. What lies beyond this door? What lies beyond that door is only for fishermen. What is it? Fish? Can I fish here? Ha! You're back. Is Tom with you? Is he hiding behind the door? I warned you I don't like surprises. I didn't mention that earlier. I haven't found him yet. Ah, ratfish. All you have in your mess is hardtack. Hardtack's about all we eat. It's reboned too. Hardtack doesn't have bones. That's changing. I read Tom's diary. Did you now? Make any sense of it? Yes, it seems he was planning to take the truck and drive through a nearby Gatorman camp to ensure he wasn't followed. Hell, how'd you piece that together? Well, it was on a page he said contained information of no consequence, but in fact, the information there was very pertinent indeed. Then why would he say it was of no consequence? I don't understand. Is this the irony that I hear is fast poisoning your generation? Let me see. Man, lots of talking, lots of voices. It's kind of hard to talk. I hope you're not planning on sticking that rod in there. Largemouth Bass & Sons have the exclusive license to fish those waters. Is there any way I can fish here? No, Largemouth Bass & Sons has the fishing rights. Likes to say, fishing might make fishing right. That attitude might get you places at smallmouth bass and nephews, but we want things differently here. Okay, fine. God. Let's go to the other side. Don't waste Mr. Tracy's time. Are the shotgun keeping you out, or something else in? Who cares? I'm going inside. This grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk. Greetings, as a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk? Excuse me, I make 6 figures a year behind this desk. Mind your manners, you're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer at Largemouth Bass & Sons. You must be Jamie, the one who's thrown in his lot with that wretch of a rebone next door. How'd you know my name? I didn't tell the other guy my name. Oh, surprised I know your name? Well, the largemouth bass have ears. Oh, that explains a lot. I'd like to talk about your daughter. I don't see the point. You've thrown in with the Chapmans already. Let's find your daughter. There's a catch. I'm not talking about the largemouth bass. Yeah. I'm running this operation, alright? Not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you just can't involve a wee boner in things like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you keep him out of it. In return, 300 meat of my grandfather's fishing rod. What's so special about the fishing rod? What's special about it? It can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that? So it doesn't catch fish? Yes, fish, but also impossible things. Let me think about it. Sure, I'll be here while you think of my diving inside. What does it need to be? 6 Moxie. God dang it. It's weird because Moxie is like, was what I was going for, but now I can't get it back. Like, I have the highest Moxie, now I don't, for some odd reason. This bucket contains a beast-lord king, as long as the king of some kind of disgusting fish kingdom, and is thrown as a gross toilet. Got chummy. You're being extra nice to everyone so that nobody will make fun of you for eating an entire bucket of chum. Chummy chum, yum yum yum. You drink the false wine. It doesn't taste like anything at all, which makes it difficult to produce a set of pretentious tasting notes. I got red stained lips. Your lips are stained with artificial wine coloring. How about throwing in fishing rights? You got your eyes on our largemouths, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked. Sure. Deal. Good. Now, Peter, our guard by the front gate, was the last to see Occam's gator in the sickening flash. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter himself. I'll mark it on your map. I'm convinced that it's where you'll find Occam's, and inside Occam's, Kathy. Okay, now bring him home, you hear? So, what do you do here? As I've said, I'm the chief deboning officer here. My team and I debone the largemouth bass, after which it is passed over to my colleague across the way for reboning. Okay. Through the knife of the deboner, doth still shape largemouth bass in the world through our action. There are a legion who do not believe and would tear down thy work. Book of Garrett. Empty to magnify the misfortune of my stolen daughter. Any idea who did this? Can't prove it. 3 nights ago, I was shocked. Can't even muster the strength to close the safe. I can do that for you. It's not hard. Would you? Sure. Okay. Like I say. Bless you. Is this the mess? It is. And just so you know, the fish we serve here is deboned, and that's just the way we like it. I don't want to see you putting new bones in fish. You definitely won't see that. Oh, here's another cat. Fishing cats are slow to trust. The cat ignores your attempts to befriend it. Only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will win it over. Quiet menace. Here's the motor. The only item inside is a sardine salad sandwich in a cardboard box. The box is labeled Adams, do not eat. Okay, I won't eat it then. There's a bass thawing in the sink in each of the drawers. The door is locked, making this room even more disappointing. Aw. The sign says, take a bottle of bass oil. Okay. Why, it's glued to the table. Bottles, crate, the whole thing. You now notice the reverse of the sign, which reads, if you can, take the sign. Got an annoying sign. Yeah, screw that annoying sign. Blech. Do that. Yes. You drink the lukewarm bass-based bone broth and question your life decisions. Your skeleton feels emboldened by your choice of beverage. It's actually not that bad. Used to be a sign here once. Not just a couple bottles of damn bass oil glued to a table. What a metaphor for the state of labor in this country. Huzzah! You break the bonds of the glue with a satisfying thwop. And I got a crate of bass oil. From largemouth bass and sons, a crate of largemouth bass oil and sons. Take it to the speakeasy. Speakeasy? Okay. What's back here, your quarters? How did you know that? That's where Mr. Chapman has his. Maybe the two of you are more similar than you'd like to admit. Watch your mouth out with fish soap. Okay. Only the Tracy family is allowed in the private quarters. You need to find another entrance or think about marrying in. Okay. Okay, so I have to find another way in, apparently. You're not close enough to read this. Yes, I am. Aquademy of fresh and saltwater game fish. Certificate of nomination for award. Be it known that Adam Tracy was nominated for an Aquademy Award of Merit for Astounding Achievement, Best Deboning Bass. Okay. So I have to go several locations. A whistling man paddles a canoe through 2 inches of swamp water. He hits a rock and capsizes. In the very shallow slime, he thrashes and splashes, screaming about gators. It's 2 inches of water. He'll be fine. Hi. This is not weird at all. A dangling rusty meat hook is a tasteful accent for any style of decor. The guards stop in their tracks and start sniffing around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice you if you get any closer. What am I looking at here? Oh, have you not seen a Gatorman yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are the guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you expect from the name Gatorman. They're intelligent, upright, walking alligators. They have tough, scaly skin, lots of teeth, and pissy attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating. They especially hate intruders, and are the second biggest reason that this swamp isn't a popular tourist destination. First being, it's a swamp. In any case, staying put isn't an option. Which way do you want to go, and how? Away from them? Because I want to wait till they go. Somebody's old campsite, and it looks trashed. Amidst all the garbage strewn about, you find a shiny 7/8 combination wrench with CW painted on the side. Got Charles's wrench. Return it to him when you find him. That's strange. Obviously this belongs to Charles, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd lose one of his tools carelessly. Nor the guy who'd leave trash around his campsite. You look around more carefully and discover weird tracks in the mud. Big clawed bipedal tracks, maybe Gatorman tracks. There's a spot where some kind of scuffle clearly happened. Oh jeez, well that tears it. Charles Wallace must have gotten kidnapped by Gatorman. Maybe he dropped the wrench on purpose to attract your attention. Hopefully you can find him soon. Please let me out. The handle on this fridge is busted. This is gonna be a headache come lunchtime. No dice, and no door opening either. Whoever smashed in the handle wanted to keep you out, or keep something in. Magical talking sandwich, maybe. With great effort, you force the door open. Released from his refrigerated cage, a cold man squirms out into the muck, gasping for air. My God, you are my savior! I'm not Kenneth. One more day trapped in there and I would have succumbed completely to despair. Who are you? I'm Fabian, an illustrator under the natural sciences. Arid steppes, glittering bergs of ice. But lately my interests have taken me to these damp lands. I am in my soggy period. How did you get in there? I was traveling to the swamp to sketch the native cypress, only to be caught in a net by these gator-esque men. At first, they allowed me to roam with the confines of this camp, but when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put into the refrigerator. What truck? Oh, it hurtled through the camp like a bass out of hell. There was a boy and a girl at the wheel, and I called out, "Stop! I am a prisoner! Take me with you!" But they drove on. What makes a person do that? Where was it headed? North of here, I'm sure of it. North, huh? Since that driver at Largemouth Bass & Sons is confident the truck could only make it 11 miles at most, if you subtract from 11 the distance between this camp and the fishery, seized with deductive euphoria, you do some quick calculations, which in your heads come out very wrong. You do them again, not rushing it this time, and produce a promising lead. I got an amphibious truck location. Ask about Charles. Have you come across my friend out here, Charles Wallace? Charles? No, I remember meeting someone with such an unusual name. Okay, if you want to leave, the way out is more or less clear. I do want to leave, that is a good guess. If we ever meet again, it would honor me to paint your portrait. I am an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I'm in my soggy period, but if I conclude that work, and if you become soggy, well, who knows? Who knows indeed. I hope we meet again. Okay, bye. That I am not in the refrigerator when we do. A sleeping gentleman, unless he's lying about being asleep. Do not let him lie. Okay, if you say so, what would you like to do as an alternative to letting this get into the man? Continue sleep. Let him lie, one way or the other. After all, I'll come back. A safe hanging in an unsafe manner from the ceiling. It's got a combination lock on it, and you don't know the combination. Okay? Can't wait for it. I might have to come back to this later. I want to see if I can do this without fighting anything. This must be the second shift. Luckily, they're all facing the other way. Ambush them. Oh, God. Well, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm not ready for this, apparently. They might have been the second shift, but they definitely finished that fight in first place. You take a moment to consider your failure. Silver is still pretty good. Okay. A burly hunter trudging through the mud gives a holler. As he nears, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over his shoulder. What are you doing? Swamp's no place for a little boy. Gators will eat you alive. Take this. Get yourself a seat on the next bus out. Got 17 meat. Wow, that's, not enough money for the bus? Fine, fine. Take it and go. Okay. Thanks. Not a little boy, by the way. The cab door hangs limply from its hinges. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There was nobody inside unless they are very small and hiding. Are they? Small and hiding? No. Aww. Search the seats. A newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classified pages. Circled are advertisements for Mr. Rat's Hotel for Working Women and The Docks. You don't need it, it's yesterday's news. Then what was the point? The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. This gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You also notice a tiny glint of metal, a key. I got a small, largemouth Bass & Sons key. That'll probably get me to into that door. This whole truck business sure feels like much ado about nothing. Ado is a weird word. A flash of light cuts through the trees. The glare passes and then you see it, poking its head out above the canopy. A telescope. Why, you fancied a telescope ever since you were a young boy. You press your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours until the proprietor will run out and threaten to tan your glutes with the tripod. I still want a telescope. And you waited long enough. Go and get your telescope. Yes! Treehouse. A bald cypress so tough and tall, it's no surprise some fellow has chosen to make it a tree home. Hello? Hey mister, why'd you keep walking, huh? This here is Whale Hunter's treehouse, and the rules is tain't no grown-ups allowed. Who are you? Whale Hunter, I said. What's your story, Will? Tain't much to tell. I ain't all that interesting, mister. I swear not to city folk like you nowadays. Not city folk. Ever seen a pig birth? Yes, actually. But you ain't seen half as many as me, though. How many pig births have you seen, Will? Well, I reckon about 70. Okay. What's up there? Oh, it ain't anything. Swear it. You don't want to see anyways. I want to use that telescope you got there. Afraid that telescope's the property of Whale Hunter, same as my licorice collection. You mean licorice? No, licorice. Wouldn't be called licorice because it ain't made of rice. It's called licorice because you lick it. But I'm saving mine up so I can lick them all at once. A 1, a 2, a 3. How long have you been saving your licorice? Reckon it's been a few months. It's okay to wait a few months on licorice as long as it's refrigerated good and proper. Have you refrigerated it? It's in my pocket with some ice, so I reckon so. What are you doing in the swamp? Nothing special. Same things every boy gets up to, I reckon. I must know what that is. Tell me. I ain't telling anyways. Then what was the point? Can you let me up? No, don't ever been up in Will's treehouse. And I ain't fixing to break that streak. Not for nothing. Make like a treehouse and leave house. Okay, so I need to get 7 muscle. Okay, so food. I need +1 muscle. Do I not have anything that increases my muscle? God dang it. It's unfortunate because I don't really have anything that does that. Okay. Gotta watch your step in this swamp. You come across a man sunk out to his elbows in the sludge. Yes, I do appear to be stuck. Okay, same guy. Okay. Suddenly, silently, a flock of shadowy bats fly up out of the swamp, leaving not a single ripple on the surface of the water as they do so. It is quite frankly, the gothiest thing you've ever seen in your life, and you probably fought actual vampires by now. I have. What happened? I'm confused. I'm gonna die. Yep. You lost. Your defeat comes silently, except for you going ow, ow, ow. You wait a few minutes for your wounds to scab over. Okay. Ugh. A geyser of swamp gas erupts nearby with a loud sound and a brownish yellow cloud. I won't bother trying to describe the smell. I'm sure you can imagine it for yourself. A large swarm of stink bugs quickly arrive and start zooming around inside the gas cloud. It's unclear if they're attracted by the smell or if they're refilling their stink bags or what. But when that cloud dissipates, you're probably going to have a lot of unwanted attention. Insectologists. They are in fact filling up their stink bags, though the technical term is Odiferous Sacculus, or Sacculocus. Well, thanks for the correction. Anyway, they're pretty docile right after a fresh stink harvest. Here, look. You hold out your hand and one of the stink bugs lands on it lazily. You put it in your pocket. Okay, I got Stinky the stink bug. Hello, how are you doing today? Good, I assume? This stink bug keeps staring at you with a big grin on his little proboscis thing. +2 muscle. Plus 3 mysticality, Moxie 4, max HP 9. Ooh, that's actually rather good. You there! An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. New to these parts, is it? Ever heard of our mudhenge? I bet you know you didn't know that it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable henge you care to name. What is mudhenge, good sir? But he's already gone. Oh, okay. Disappeared in the mist. Behind him through the trees is mudhenge. Okay, let's go there. What are the Mary Bloods, by the way, if I may ask? A very clean booth for such a muddy henge. Welcome to Mudhenge. Malcolm? Teehee. I do not believe so. Not that I can remember. No. What is this place? Friend, it's Mudhenge. Is that like Stonehenge? I don't see the comparison. You don't? Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big, Stonehenge is strong. I've gone over all this. So with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument in its own right, and so much more than a first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. What's so special about Mudhenge? Special? Where during the swamp solstice, it said that the needle of a compass placed upon the central altar would point not to west, but secret west, where lies the thing you need the most. That's special enough for you? Oh, okay. Is that like a screenplay? When is the swamp solstice? Well, if you're in a swamp, it's pretty much always the swamp solstice. I'm looking for someone. Charles Wallace, about my height, similar build. Another missing person? Okay, gotcha. Another missing person. Person? I didn't mean to presume, just a lot of folks have a habit of walking into Mudhenge and never coming out. That's why we don't promote the Mudhenge challenge anymore. But it's that very real risk of going missing that makes Mudhenge such a popular destination for tourists. Tourists want to go missing? Oh sure, folks get their thrills in different ways, but in the end, we all gotta get them. Me, I like to make earrings out of live scorpions. Is that dangerous? Mostly with the grasshoppers on my shoulders, but again, they need the thrill. Okay, got a request. Okay, gotcha. If there's a mention of a crush, I'll say yes. What is Secret West? I'm no mystician, but Secret West is the direction in which lies that thing your heart is most missing. And it's said that a compass laid on the altar of Mudhenge during the swamp solstice will point to Secret West. That was the object of the Mudhenge challenge. Challenge. I just noticed. But of course, we don't run the challenge anymore. Too hard, too many missing presumed deads. What does that mean, thing your heart is most missing? Well, it's kinda up to you, up to your heart, that is. Could be a secret crush, that new job, maybe just a piece of bread. Is that what you mean by crush? I don't know what the right option is. It's like, is it the first option? I don't know if this is the one that you're referring to. Okay. Okay. I guess you could say my heart is missing Charles right now. Charles, is that your secret crush? Yes. Ooh, exciting. Well, I bet he's waiting for you out Secret Westway. So have you seen Charles? Sorry, couldn't tell you. Folks don't always leave a name when they visit. You don't have a guest book? Used to, then one night I wandered into the Mudhenge and never came back. I'd like to visit Mudhenge. Well, why wouldn't you? It's the best, most mysterious hands this side of the border. Admission is to me. What border? I believe it's all of them. Okay. I knew you wouldn't be able to come all the way out here without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of this ancient monument. Sure, go for it. Tell me all about it. Short brochure, complimentary with your admission to Mudhenge. Really on my way, thanks. Someone's gonna lose their job at the fence factory. Could I have just snuck in? Okay, I feel like this is gonna go in circles. Oh, this is gonna get very confusing. Okay, maybe if I read the thing, it'll probably help me. Little is known about the history of Mudhenge. Okay, then. Excuse me. Okay. Like, I won't pry. I'm just curious. How do I get out of here? Oh no. I'm interested in it. I just don't know. Like, I won't like ask like the reason behind it. Need 13 hobo code knowledge. I feel like I'm making progress. I just don't know how to get there. Oh, there's a... Wait! So things are appearing. There has to be like a certain order here. There's another one. Stop! I have to assume I just go through a bunch of these and then things will change. I don't have 13 hobo. I'll come back to this. Come across a busted and smoking truck in the depths of a swamp. The driver, eating a sandwich in the cab, gives you a sorry shrug. Engine plumb ran out of grease, he says. Okay. In the clearing, a band of Cub Scouts sing fight songs around a fire. The scout leader waves you down. I don't know which way is which in this damn swamp, he whispers. He shows you his compass. Can't find the damn North Star. I've been leading these boys in circles for 3 days. They figured me out, pal. It won't be marshmallows they're toasting tomorrow. Not sure how to help. Shotgun-toting gator hunter hollers at you from behind the trees. You again, I told you to get. Didn't I give you enough money for the bus? Well, here. Gosh, thanks. You take a wrong turn, and instead of ending up where you wanted to be, you end up at the Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because of the big sign on it that says Monster Shack. Nice. Is that like, I'm assuming that's a family, right? And it's just not like a, like a following type thing? Where they're all Mary Bloods or something? Okay. Monster Shack, no skeptics. You're not sure if this is forbidding access or describing the shack's occupants. Man, I need to I need to come across more hobos apparently to get more hobo code knowledge. Inside you find not the decayed and crumbling tumble-down shack strewn with ancient records that you were perhaps expecting, but an actually maintained and fairly clean tumble-down shack strewn with 12 to 14-year-old kids. What the? Hey, what are all you kids doing out here in the middle of the swamp? Why shouldn't we be? Because it's dangerous here? Yeah, but this is where the monsters are. That's why it's dangerous. Do you believe in monsters, mister? I believe the real monster is man. No, monsters aren't real. So what's the dangers then? Sheesh, you grown-ups are full of baloney. Anyhow, monsters are too real. Yeah, and you can't just join our monster squad if you don't believe in monsters. Okay, I do believe in monsters. Great, it'll be nice to have someone who can reach the top shelf on these old bookcases we scavenged. Is that it? I'm a member now? Yeah, we used to have a big ceremony where you had to repeat a vow and stuff, but it took too long and we're all busy with our research. Come on in and have a look. Cool. Very. This kid is, well, he's eating something. Okay. Hi there. Hi. I don't mean to be rude, but what's your deal, kid? I'm a moss man. You are, huh? Okay, well, not really, but I want to be a moss man when I grow up. That's why I'm eating all this fertilizer. It's actually cornflakes. I'm just pretending. Okay. Haha, yeah, I'm not crazy. Some people say I'm crazy for believing in the Moss Man, though. But I know he's real. I've seen him. What's a Moss Man? A man made of moss? Yup, he's all fuzzy and green. It's so neat. Oh, hey, you should go see him for yourself. Then if you bring back proof he exists, people won't think I'm weird anymore. Well, right. Okay. I'll go have a look. Great. Here, I'll mark the place on your map. It's called Moss Grotto. Okay, got that. If you see him, try to bring back some moss as proof, okay? Oh, okay. Like a... Is it more like a hostage situation type thing? Or is it like just because? Like, I don't really want to pry at like the concept or anything. I'm just intrigued on what you have going on there. Oh, okay. Materialistic type things. This kid is studying far more intently than you ever did at his age. What are you reading? It's about Neanderthals and other early hominids. Unfortunately, I'm not finding anything useful in here. What are you looking for? The honey ape? It's a very famous monster. It's a hairy primate or a primate-like creature that's smaller than a human, but with human-sized hands. Most of the legends call it Big Hands, but I'm pretty sure the Big Hands legends and the reports of honey ape sightings are referring to the same cryptid. That's, interesting. I know it lives around here somewhere, I just haven't been able to find it yet. I'll help you look for it. That would be excellent. Thank you. Here, I found some of its prints once and made a tracing. That might help track him down. Try and get one of its fingerprints as proof. Or fingernails as proof. How will a fingernail be proof? Because it'll be as big as a human fingernail, obviously. Bite your fingernail off. Like, here you go. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna be helpful to me though. This kid is preoccupied with repeatedly smelling 2 large test tubes. What you got there? Perfume samples? Kinda. This one is a combination of hydrogen sulfide and methane. Common swamp gas, basically. Ew, what's the other one? Coffee. Clear the swamp gas smell out of my nose. Huh, okay, so why? I'm researching a creature known as the smell of the wisp. I've only run into it once, but I have a good memory for smells, so I figure if I can match the smell, that particular chemical mix would tell me more about it. A smell of the what? Wisp. It's a cloud of intelligent swamp gas. Some people say it's the ghost of a dead chili cook-off judge, but I think there's probably a more scientific explanation. What, you're telling me you're looking for an intelligent The girl gestures sternly as a sign over her workbench. No fart jokes. Oh, come on. It's a smell of the wisp. No. Well, I don't know what to say then. If you're willing to help, instead of making puerile goops, I could really use a sample to analyze. Okay. I'll go find it. Great, thank you. Here, take this. It should help you track the thing down. Got a nose trumpet. I just smell through this? Yeah, just follow your nose. Alrighty then. Getting a lot of quests from these kids. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of them. In this episode, that is. A big leather-bound tome sits on a pedestal here. What's this book? List of vampire nests? It's like 400 pages long. Lots of vampires in the swamp. If you want to help, you can always go clear some of them out. Not right now. How many kids are here? Is that a robot cat? This kid has a ball cap with a sinister looking triangle on it and is messing around with an elaborate homemade radio. Hi there. Hi, say, you're a grown-up. Can you help me with something? I'm not buying you any cigarettes. No, this is a swamp lady named Barbara Yargara. Everyone says she's just a fairy tale, but I know she's real because I've seen her hut right here in this swamp. But I don't know if she's the sort of swamp lady who eats kids or not. It's the Baba Yaga, so yes. Swamp lady? Well, I don't want to call her a swamp witch or a swamp hag or stuff like that. It would be mean to judge her that way without having even met her. Sheesh, kids these days. Alright, I'll check her out for you. Great, thanks. Here, I'll mark her hut on your sponge map. Anyway, bring back a feather to prove you met her, okay? Okay. She has feathers? I mean, from one of her pet birds, the stories say she has a ton of them. How will you know it isn't just an ordinary feather I found somewhere? Well, you seem like a trustworthy person. Then why do you need me to bring proof at all? Because that's how quests work. Come on. Okay, ask about the radio. Wait, you didn't mention the radio. What's the radio for? Oh, this isn't related to Barbara Yargara or anything. I'm just trying to find a station so we can get some music in here. The reception in this swamp is terrible, though. I see. Nice hat. What's the triangle mean? Thanks, it's the Great Pyramids. One of them, anyway. Haven't seen them? Only on your hat, not personally. Well, maybe you will someday. Sure, who knows? Okay, only a few more. This kid is peering at a terrarium filled with flies and occasionally tapping on the glass. It's clearly a no tapping, like do not disturb on these flies. Okay, gotcha. Hi there, are you, into flies? Well, kinda. They're interesting once you get over the growth factor, but mostly I'm just studying these because what I'm really interested in is the fly man. The fly man? Or maybe the man fly? I haven't decided which way is better yet. So what is the fly man and or man fly? He's a scientist that moved into the old Flemberg place. I did a little spying on him, and I think he's trying to turn himself into a giant fly. Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. That's what's so interesting about him. Huh. She looks at her feet and blushes a little. Also, he's really handsome. For now, you mean? Well, yeah, I really like to meet him, but I'm too shy. Can you help me out? Sure, I'll help. Oh, thank you. Here, I'll show you where the house is. If you meet him, could you, bring me back a souvenir? Like what? Maybe, one of his chest hairs? Sure. Okay. Before I talk with that last kid, I'll look around a little bit more. Actually, you know, I'll talk with the kid, because why not? What's this thing you're making? I don't really know yet. I'm just kind of messing around with it, because I'm taking a break from my main project. Hey, do you know anything about the chupa naranja? I tried to avoid spicy food. It gives me the hiccups. No, this is the kind of monster that eats oranges. They're supposed to be from way down south, but I know there's one in this swamp somewhere. Unfortunately, no matter what kind of trap I build, it keeps escaping. You want to try? Sure. Great! Feel free to use my workbench over there. I've got plenty of spare parts and stuff. If you manage to catch it, bring me back one of its nostrils as proof, okay? A nostril? Not the whole head or pelt? Oh no, I don't want to kill it. Just prove that it's out there. Okay then. Dozens of volumes of serial fantasy for young adults and older than average children. Such as Helen Garcia and the Dungeons of Gold, The Sword of Glory, Part 15, Alta Bell in the Dungeon of Slime, Jeanette Turner and the Labyrinth of Mystery, Carl Lee and the Maze of Flame, Jesse Martin and the Pyramid of Slime, Herbert Reed and the Hat of Slime, The Dungeon of Gold, Part 35, Alexander Flores and the Planet of Ice, Planet of Flame, Part 43, Howard Young in the Cavern of Gold, The Cavern of Ice, Part 75, The Stories of Winifred Wilson and Ruth Butler. Okay, is there any reason to read all these, or these just keep going on forever? Okay, these just go on forever, okay. A little sign on the table says, Boris only. This cat had better be Boris, or there's gonna be trouble. Boris hisses at you. He must know you're an outsider. Okay, so I bet if I, do all the quests for these kids, I'll probably, be able to pet the cat. In the middle of a soggy tussock, you find a clutch of grease grubs. You remember from college that their eggs are coated in a useful type of slime. Collect enough slime to satisfy your slime needs, but not enough to affect the viability of the eggs. I really regret doing insectologist. Oh hey Beth, finally found you. Some viscous goo has rendered this house entirely decorative. Okay. The mailbox says Flemberg on the side. You casually commit a federal crime. Okay, I got more junk mail. I don't have a letter opener. I need to get a letter opener somewhere. A gas generator is providing power to the barn in exchange for pastoral ambiance. That's a tiny dude. A breeding pair of Musca gargantua. You collect the weakest looking eggs, ensuring a powerful future for the bloodline. Okay. Looks like Flemberg is a fan of crates and barrels. I forget whether or not Flemberg is the flying. I forget. There were so many things that I just completely forget. The very small machine inside the very small man inside the machine is clearly trying to get your attention. Hi, I'm Jamie. Do you need help? I absolutely need help, thank you. My name's Flemberg, Paul Flemberg. I moved back into my parents' old house here because nobody would give me lab space for my experiments. It turned out an assistant would also have been nice to have. What are you trying to do? Improve myself, you know, better, faster, stronger. At least one of those. But I put the wrong settings in the control console and all that happened was that I shrank. You can't just change the settings? The door doesn't open from inside. But... Yeah, I didn't think it through. Okay, well, I can just let you out. No. Opening the door would depolarize the booth, and it takes months for the field emitters to recharge. Not to mention the fact that I'd have to collect all new supplies of genetic material, so the door can only be opened once. Jeez, really didn't think this through. What should I do then? You'll have to fix the settings on the console. What should I set it to? Really? If I knew that, I wouldn't have put the wrong ones in myself. Just make me better before you open the door. Better than what? Better than normal. Didn't have any time left to think about why I built it. I'll see what I can do. Bunch of welding tools and supplies. This shelf contains a lot of things that you don't know what they are and what they do. Okay, I'll try doing that. Okay. You put the radioactive material inside a regular bomb, making it a special new kind of bomb. Got a nuclear bomb. A deadly blend of old-timey iconography and newfangled atomic technology in your face, Oppenheimer, that deals 10 physical damage to all enemies. Cool. Let's make as many of these as I can then. Okay. Next to the workbench, there's a pile of much smaller workbenches. There are so many. You surely wouldn't mind. What does that do for me? Flemberg must have been working on miniaturization technology before he developed his weird fly obsession. Oh, okay. If this guy cared about these tools, he probably wouldn't have left them on the floor. Finders keepers then. Okay, cool. Hey, how's it going? Boo. Barely hanging in there. Is there a hat that I can give him? Oh, flip the hat lever. Unless that, yeah, there we go. Now he's in a tiny hat. He's wearing a nice hat. Flamblue looks at you, points at you, and then points at the console. Okay, I get it, jeez. Now what? Okay. I think that is just a regular fly in there. It buzzes randomly around the booth. Yep. Should I turn him into a complete fly, or should I make him like a hybrid? What should I do? Should I open the door? Okay. How's this work for you? He flies around in agitated little circles, but doesn't say anything. Whoops. Wee, this is great. Are you serious? Yeah, look at me go. Haha. Is this good? Because I think that's everything that I can really do, other than the pituitary. Okay. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Can I make a giant fly man? Okay. Oh, okay. I got confused there. Sorry. Oh, God. Flemberg is now a giant fly with a human head. Oh God, one sec, I'll try again. This one is human size. What's not to love? Okay. Are you sure? Yeah. You let Flemberg out of the booth. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get up to all kinds of giant fly stuff. Well, before you go, I need to get a chest hair off of you. Do I still have those? Okay, well, whatever, sure. Thanks, it's for... I probably just don't want to know. I'm out. See you. Okay, cool. The chamber is empty. There's nothing left to do with the machine. Okay, so that's that done. Let's go up here. There's got to be more stuff to find around here. Psst, get an eyeful of those two big belugas over there. Hist? Molly points out two burly men dressed in leather and furs burying the body of a dead gatorman. Well, considering the swampy ground, they're less burying it and more like covering it in mud. They look up in surprise as Molly saunters over nonchalantly. What the dope, Bruno? You fit in a lizard with a Chicago overcoat? Uh-oh, a new doll. It ain't like that. Oh, a new doll. A no doll. I don't know what that means. Ain't it? My peepers ain't. Oh, geez, Buck, come look at this. You take a closer look at the body of the gator man before it disappears into the mud. He's dressed in some kind of uniform with an official-looking cap and epaulets in a big canvas bag. These two mugs have gone up and blitzed a mailman. That's a caper that'll bring the G-Man down on you like a ton of bricks. Oh, look, we didn't... Hi, tell it to Sweeney, but don't flip your wig, sugar. We ain't pigeons. We won't rat you boys out to the flatties. I appreciate that, miss. We've set up something of a trading post here for leather goods and the like, if that tickles your fancy. The two men retreat into the clearing while you confer with Molly. Okay, I got the Leathers brothers. Ooh, a leather store. Let's go have a look-see. Leather jackets aren't exactly my style, or in style. Maybe not, Buck, but a gator skin handbag is always the Ritz. Sure, let's go check it out, because why not? Okay. Nothing to see here. The man observes you with monk-like serenity. Hi there, looks like you've set up quite the trading post here in the swamp. The other man shakes his head. Paul can't speak. Can't or won't? Don't. How did you become mute, Paul? That's a very personal question. Sorry, it ain't a problem, just a hobby of mine to make observations of the natures of questions. Basically, Paul lost his tongue in a poker game. Well, that's awful. Back home, we play our strip poker high stakes, or not at all. Can we trade? Okay, so what does this do for me? Yeah, I want to get that. So, okay, so I was gonna say is do you want the did that kid want the condensed swamp gas, but I don't think that's it. Okay. You wave at Paul again. Paul acknowledges you with a phlegmatic nod. Gross. Full of phlegm, but you calm and controlled, so say that then. Paul acknowledges you with a calm and controlled nod. I don't know if I wanted to know. I have one already. Okay, let's buy the pickaxe, because why not? Okay. Hunter's beans, a veritable hill of them. Okay. A sack of genuine leather. It's empty. It's only genuine leather. Contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. Okay. Careful of him, or he might tan your hide. Something to say about the gator? Swear I didn't know he was a mailman. Would never intentionally hunt a mailman. I never accused you of killing a mailman. Ah, hell, me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand? Had no idea he was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I'd known. My brother, he had nothing to do with it, understand? I swear it. What's wrong with killing a mailman? Listen to yourself. Can tell you ain't a hunter, alright? Most any species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I know who hunted a mailman got pulled up by the International Criminal Court and mailed to Mars. Never heard of an International Criminal Court. No reason you should have. So far as jurisdiction only extends to the hunting of mailmen. So who are you? Me? Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter, named John Leather. And if you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Albion. As a toddler, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats, and then moved on to foxes and voles and such as I grew up. You hunted foxes? I don't like you. I like the game over here, but I've got my eye on the greatest hunt of all. What's that? Big picture, I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaurs. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan, though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have a dream. Wouldn't it be more practical to build a time machine? No, that just sounds ridiculous. John wipes his brow with his blade. Well, never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk, alright, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work that needs doing, but I ain't going out while they're searching the swamp for the side who killed that madman. They find me, I'm dead. You don't have to know which way the wind blows. So what are you asking me of exactly? Working on something real important, a project. For that I need 5 gator hides. Even though I placed you might find them, scoped them out myself. Couldn't be easier unless there was a smaller number of gator hides. So what's this project you're talking about? Not so fast, need to know I can trust you first. Okay, so is that the side quest then? Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Why? Might not like what you see. That egg is busted. Told you it wasn't a pretty sight. I was looking forward to eating it. Every time I only went and bloody dropped it. Is that a gator egg? No, I think it's from a dog. Do I want to know? Sorry for your loss. I bet. Okay. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in the old pig bog. Her hands rest on the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the mud. It catches your eye because it's not the type of thing you tend to see on the East Coast. Oh, we're on the East Coast? Huh, okay. What sword is that? This is the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago, it was to reclaim for a cost. What great aunt? Have you forgotten your line anymore? Time was, every tavern and meeting house kept a place by the fire for Hilda McQueen. Why do I have to pay for my family sword? The security guaranteed by my family is unique. It comes with a great price. Your great aunt knew this. It is why she placed the blade in our care. Okay, what's the cost? In time I shall ask of you a boon, and you shall be obliged to grant it. Sure, I can do a boon. Deals your muscle plus 5 physical damage. The sword has a satisfying heft, and you can see why your great aunt liked it so much, but with it comes something quite unsatisfying, something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. I got swamp gas. God dang it. This gas really grinds your gears. Perhaps that lady from the swamp will tell you soon about the boon she wants in exchange for this thing's removal. You guessed me? It's a simple magic, binding you to your oath until such time as I need of your service. On that day I will find you. Can't we just do the boon thing now? But she's gone, slipped away into the dark waters of the swamp. Better be a good sword. It's a great sword. Okay, better be a good great sword. Okay. It's kind of unfortunate because I'm losing, like, stats. And, like, I'm already down 2 muscle, 2 mysticality, and 2 moxie, so that's not a good thing. So I might have to go and, like, grind somewhere else before I'm able to progress here. Another one of those Gator Man campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way. This campsite is similar to the previous one. A lot of Gator Man tracks and a lot of discarded trash. These Gator Men sure are slobs. You also find a 15/16 combination wrench labeled CW. Looks like you're on the right track at least. Got Charles' other wrench. Okay. You've already learned everything you're gonna learn from this. Okay, so what is my current weaponry? I know it bloodies him. Deals my moxie plus 3 damage plus 1 bleeding. I'm gonna try this. He's gonna die. Yes, I'm going to die. Yep. Goodbye, me. For doing my Moxie plus 5 damage, it doesn't seem worth it. Oh. I'm stupid. So this weapon doesn't seem to be worth my time. Because I'm only able to increase my Moxie. So it doesn't seem like it's worth it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to this. So I think I'm gonna go to the bus stop and I'm gonna go back to like the lake. Distant frog sounds become less distant frog sounds as you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. I'll go there later. I'm gonna go back to Crystal Dream Lake because there is stuff I need to do. I need to go to the hardware store. The trees in this clearing are tagged for felling. Seems some big city construction company plans on crafting a giant crossbow to kill God. Untie the tags. Not today, big city construction company. Not today. I didn't have an option to not do that, so it's whatever. Oh, was there people at the bus stop? I didn't notice. I was in such a hurry. There's some hobo code scrawled into the dust here. How did I miss this? The code reads, "Nice man, asking for candy." Neat. Hello again, what can I do for you? That's for candy. Do you have any candy? Why, sure, here you go. He pulls a piece of hard candy out of a jar under the counter and hands it to you. Thanks. I've been asked to shake up some of your merchandise. Oh, then that must be new because I didn't see them before. I'll go back and check it. Come again? There's some mob guys who want to intimidate you for some reason, so they sent me here to shake things up, or down, something like that. Huh, well those cans of paint over there could use a good shaking. They ain't got around to it for a while. Okay, sounds good. Can't say I feel particularly intimidated though. I don't think you have anything else that I really need. Let's see what happens if I go back in time and then talk to him about it. Okay, nothing new. Okay, let's go back. I forget, did I finish the fairy lair? Oh, there was more stuff. A faded sign by the side of the road reads, History comes to life at the Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Beneath that, in smaller print, it says, but not in a spooky or dangerous way. I'll go there in a second. Oh, this is new. I didn't notice that before. Is there anything else here? No, it doesn't seem like it. I'm just making sure that there's nothing else here. Oh, I forgot about this. You drag the horrible sculpture to the bus stop. A bus arrives but refuses to pick you up. Because of the horrible sculpture, I mean. You spend the next several hours dragging it back to your room. Yes, like I'll eventually go back. You set Flemberg's tiny workbench on your desk. Time to get to tiny work. Okay. Your tiny tools are waiting for their big moment. Oh, nice. That way I don't have to go back and like do all this stuff. Okay. Like go to certain areas. So I need to go out to the bus stop. Oh, I didn't even notice these guys. Hold on, are you Tom and Kathy? Oh, I forget who's who. Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy? The boy nods slightly. He can see you put in the work to remember their surnames, and though you may be at cross purposes, respect must be paid. Who wants to know? I've been looking literally everywhere for you. Really? Lots of times when folks say literally, they're not using it right. When people say, it's literally raining on my wedding day, they're not talking about actual rain. I actually do mean it, though. Oh, take a last look. We're on the next bus out. Your folks back home think you were kidnapped or eaten. That's so utterly typical. They can't even concede that someone might not want to live the same small little largemouth bass life that they do. It's not even a life. Not for us, it's not. The kind of life we want to lead. It's only possible in the city. What kind of life is that? We're gonna start a business making wigs for judges. Is that a job? Is he? Are you? Don't be rude. God, I'm sorry, but you gotta... I mean, that's like asking if cobbling is a job. Is cobbling a job? No, you're not gonna get me with that again. I don't think judges wear wigs in this country. It's gonna be an international company. That's where the money is, if you know anything about business. I need to take you back to your parents. Out of that, you need to take us back like a bass needs bones. We're not going back, pal. Not ever. Largemouth Bass and Sons is a trap. All we can ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did, our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life, and it's never gonna change. No, pal, not for us. Better to die in poverty than to live a largemouth bass deboner or reboner. Nice. So is this like an actual like screenplay you're writing, or is it like more like a just a story, like just like a novelization type thing? Unfortunately, I'm hired to bring you home. Listen, friend, we're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us. Please? Oh my god, what is that thing? Oh no, Occam's Gator, you have no power here. Occam's Gator? That's a real guy? Occam's Gator is why he's the bane of our lives. Our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us, before I was even born. What does he want? Back! Did you just say back? Miserable back! We will be miserable if we go back. The gator sneers, but return them home. Why? I don't care. Okay. You want them to be miserable? Oh yes, miserable back. I don't know what Occam's Gator wants except our whole family to be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us. What's your problem? Misery. You just want to cause misery? Bass misery. To largemouth bass and sons specifically? Why exactly? God. What God? Misery God. You have a God that wants to cause misery to largemouth bass and sons? Amen. Or amen. What's your God's name? Yeah, I'm gonna try not to. Occam's Gator. Now you leave these kids alone. Thank you, but there's no shaking Occam's Gator when he's got his mind set to a thing. Mindset! There's gotta be a way we can work this out. Violence! Apart from that. Violence, misery. I don't know if there's a way I can like back out and then like get my moxie up. Like, I don't know if like I got an option where it's like, oh, like you can just take them. So I think the only option I can do right now is to fight him, but I don't know if I'm gonna win because I'm having a hard time fighting the gators themselves. Yeah, I assumed that it would be better just to fight. Wait, who's this other person? They're new. Oh my god. Okay. That makes sense. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I may use one more combat item in this turn. Are you sure about that? To cause my ass to act twice. There we go. Simple enough. Byron grew stronger. I got 2 dried swamp meat. And I got Arkham Gator's toenail. You also gather some gator hides for that hunter, which is way less grisly than it sounds. The gator men are just carrying these around. If I didn't have those healing items, I wouldn't have won that. He who does misery unto others will also have that misery done unto him, which is a way of saying sentences have decomposed to swamp goo. Perhaps now the it's not like you don't deserve them at this point. Check in on the kids. I don't know what to say. No one's ever done anything like that for me before. You're a huge gatorman, I mean. No, nobody's ever done that for me either. I don't know how I can repay you. Oh, there's money. I forgot about it for a second. I know it's not much, but would you want this? Free sample? Okay, I got a judge's wig. Is that like a hat? Plus 10 to maximum HP. Ooh, that might be really nice. I forget what mine does. Enjoy that, but don't combine it with the jury's wig and the executioner's wig. Nobody should have that much power. Hold on just now. Are you still trying to take us back to Largemouth Bass? No. Get my butt. No, it's fine. It's so nice to have your blessing anyway. Thanks. Have a good life, mister. I know we will. It's been an eventful wait for the bus. Okay, so I should probably go back here then. Nurse to this swamp. The best to change to actual rags. These stockings are silk. Well, I guess now they're silk. Oh, haha, you're about as funny as a rubber crutch. Come on, if we keep moving, we'll be done here sooner. Nothing doing, I ain't moving from this spot till I've got a proper set of pin covers. She drops a nickel into a nearby payphone and talks into it urgently for a minute. How on earth did you find a payphone in the middle of a swamp? I phoned my pop. He's sending along a pair of his old fishing waders. That isn't what I asked you. Before long, a delivery boy arrives with the waders and hands them over to Molly with the tip of his cap. Very fashionable. You knock him dead at the dance hall. Laugh him up, Buster. If anyone I know gets a peep on me wearing these, you're the one I'm gonna knock dead, savvy? Okay, her HP went up. Cool. Don't you dare show your face around here. You dither and now Kathy is lost. I received a telegram from her and now she's throwing her life away chasing the judge wig dreams of her youth. Are you concerned about the future of the business without Kathy? We will suffer the setback as we've always done, but our plan to rebrand as Largemouth Bass and Sons and Daughter will have to be put on hold. A pity. The name rolls right off the tongue, which would be appropriate as that's how we start the fish's bone out. Ew. Occam's gator is dead. I'd like to believe you, but he's died before. One time from a rifle shot to the head, another from TB. He always rises from the ashes, like that bird, the phoenix? No, I'm thinking of a duck. Any chance I can get that fishing rod? I would sooner give it to the bass themselves. Fair enough. God knows what they'd do if the fish got their flippers on that sort of technology, though. I don't mind telling you, I think we'd either be dead in a week or working for them. Sorry for your daughter. I only hope she realizes the mistake she's made. Her mother always told her, don't throw away your life for a man that I did. Well, like I did. Meaning you? Huh, now that you mention it, I wonder. Can I marry into the family? No, I'm afraid we're all spoken for. Nothing personal, it's just that in the largemouth bass business, marriages are arranged from a very young age. It's political, you understand. Okay, so I have to find another way in, apparently. But how do I do that, is my question. Okay, let's go to the other side and talk with this guy. Too late, Frank. He's in the big city, thriving as the head of his business manufacturing wig for judges. Wait, he's already set up a business? He's already thriving? Yes, it's fast, and I know, but judges' wigs are a gold mine, and I can tell you don't have business instincts, or you'd have recognized that right away. Are you worried about the future of the business without Tom? Succession is only an issue if I die, wouldn't you agree? And that's far from inevitable, especially if I invest in a good helmet. Occam's gator is dead. You say that, but I'm not convinced he can actually die. I've seen him sucked into a biplane propeller only for his ooze to reconstitute itself into even larger form. As far as I'm concerned, there are two constants in life: death, specifically Occam's gator not having one, and taxes. These things we've harangued about every month. That sounds very boring. Yeah, I had a feeling because I think I have a key that allows me to get to the door, but it said that it was locked from the other side though, so I might try it. Sorry about your son. Do you know, I'm actually proud of him. I always thought he was a dreamer, never realized he had those killer instincts for business. Oh yeah, he's a good sort, Tom. Maybe I've been unfair to him. As you approach, the cat raises a quizzical eyebrow. I don't know what you're talking about. I certainly didn't have anything to do with helping Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy flee their largemouth bass fishing fathers. The cat only chuckles in response. What's your name, girl? The cat points to its collar. Charybdis. Oh, didn't even need to ask, I guess. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Charybdis to receive a boon. The loyalty of fisher cats is not easily won, but once it is, it's won for life. You pet Charybdis. Unfortunately, that's about all that loyalty is good for. Okay, what does that do for me? Plus 20, the item drops. Okay, cool. Okay, let's try the door. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but might as well try it. Oh, I forgot about this other cat. When she sees you, the cat leaps into your arms and licks your cheek with the vigor and sloppiness of an animal 10 times her size. Well, hey there, girl. What's your name? The cat nods at its collar. Scylla, it says. Scylla, huh? And what was that big lick for? The cat nods at the other side of the collar, which says, you didn't go against the family. Aww. Only one cat's favor at a time. Okay, what does that do for me? I think I'll take Scylla's instead. Scylla accepts the pet gladly and urinates on your leg before hopping off your lap. Okay, then. Oh, okay. That door is locked, making this room even more disappointing. The key fits snugly in the lock, so snugly that you can't get it out, in fact. But it does its job nonetheless. Okay. The austere bedding testifies to the Tracy family's rigorous asceticism. One must purge body and mind of all comfort and distraction to achieve the hyper-focus of a bass fisherman. Secret candies. A bass fisherman should not be vulnerable to such temptations. Spearmint taffy and licorice taffy. Okay. Times are tough at Largemouth Bass & Sons, and pillows are in short supply. The Spartan mattresses hold no secrets. got 16 teeth. Ew. Just sell them, I guess? Tooth fairies skipped the swamp for a while. A navy blue slicker is the sole resident of the coat rack. Fierce rummaging yields a letter in the right pocket. The envelope appears unopened. Okay, I got Kathy's letter. Largemouth bass eyes peek through the slats in the lockers. A letter from Kathy Tracy addressed only to Dad. The post office will never be able to deliver that. The envelope isn't sealed. You slide it open with ease. Dad, all anyone cares about in this family is largemouth bass. Well, I'm sick of it. Ain't I a person? Ain't I deserving of being cared about too? I'm leaving, Dad, for a place where dreams are possible. You ain't never gonna find me because you don't know where that is. Love, Kathy. P.S. Hi to Mom. Hello again, just visiting. I should have warned you. The smell of the largemouth bass is addictive. Adam Tracy pores over the letter, his brow sinking into deeper furrows with each line. Ain't never, ain't I? My friend, those are the vulgar contractions of Occam's Gator. I didn't give Kathy a copy of Jane Eyre to have her contract improperly. No, this letter is an obvious ruse, friend. Occam's clumsily attempt to throw us off the scent. Occam's Gator? A monstrous gator man, centuries old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest ocean. He has 2 tails as sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave you. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up our fish, guns, tack returns, whatever. Now I fear my Kathy. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor. Found his teeth under a pillow. Yes, those are mine. You believe in the tooth fairy? No. Okay. Okay. That's odd. This patch of muddy ground has a lot of tracks in it that look like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around on their hands. Maybe there was an acrobat convention in the middle of a swamp. Oh, what was that thing that one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Maybe there's something to that after all. Let's follow the tracks. Geez, the more you look, the more of a confusing trampled mess these tracks are. It seems like there are different sets of tracks heading in different directions. How many thumbs did he say this thing has again? On one hand? I don't remember. You follow the trail of handprints with 4 thumbs and 2 fingers, but instead of leading to the honey ape, it just leads to a pile of old gloves. Must be some moonshiners trying to keep the proes off their trail. You decide not to take any of the gloves because they don't fit you properly, not without some serious modifications to either the gloves or you. Okay, I think I'll check this out and then I'll call it for now, because I've been going for about 2 hours, and I don't want this this section to go on too long. This isn't so much a bird bath as a bird dirtier. Okay, keep going. Dirty sandfish. Another dirty sandfish. Okay. This tail looks different from most of the others. This cattail is huge. It's like a lion tail. Okay. Enter this spooky hut and discover it's actually really nice inside. A young woman with a rather twig-oriented hat greets you. Oh, hello. Please come in. I don't get many visitors apart from the birds. I might be in the wrong place. Are you Barbara Yarger? And you are? I'm Jamie. A pleasure. Come in, come in. There's a lot of birds. She smiles pleasantly. This is a really nice house. To be honest, I was expecting everything to be a lot more, you know, witchy. Oh, you've heard the old stories? Haha, those were about my granny. She was really into croning. Croning? being a crone. You know, all the really old traditional magic stuff. She lived to be nearly 200 years old. When she passed, she left me this house and all her birds and so on. I see. Is that why you're here? Chasing the old legends of Baba Yaga? Well, not exactly. I met a kid who's into the old stories, but he was afraid you might be the child-eating kind of witch, so he sent me instead. Haha, that's adorable. I don't think I've ever eaten a child, but there's no telling what was in Granny's stews. I'm not joke, or... Sure. Anyway, I'm supposed to tell you that I met one though. Or, yeah, sorry, I have to give you some kind of test first. It's a traditional thing. What sort of test? Well, it's a lot of work. Keeping this room clean, what with the birds and all, I'm getting behind on my other chores. Chores? Or you could fight me. Fight you? Granny trained all these birds to be killers, but I haven't exactly been out looking for troubles like she used to do. So they could use some exercise, you know. Tell me more about the chores. I need you to mark out the bird bath out front and pick the right cattails out of my cattail patch for me. That's only 2 things. Isn't there a 3rd thing? Of course, but I'll tell you about that after you finish the first 2. Okay. Great, you can tell the ripe cattails by how they look a little different, and I'm sure you saw the bird bath when you came in. Got it. Oh. Do I have another bomb that does 10? Because that would be great. Yes, I do. We're gonna practice healing. I think that's what that said. Wait, why was I able to kill her? What? Please tell me I didn't, like, kill her and it was just, like, a fight. Please. You won. Barbara dusts herself and tends to her bird's wounds. Wow, nice job. That was a real workout. Here you go. You earned it. Yeah, I got Barbara Yaga feather. It's a feather from one of Barbara's birds, not Barbara herself. And I got a jaunty feather. It was cocked at a rakish angle even when it was still on the bird. Barbara's humming a little tune to her birds. Barbara's well-maintained arcane oven. Okay, I don't need to do anything like that right now. Bed with a feather pillow. It's Barbara's vanity. Okay, I don't need to do anything with that. A small bird bath. Huh, I've never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds, though. If you like it, you can have it. Okay, I got a small bird bath. You really should have dumped the water out before you started carrying it around. Thanks. Barbara does not appear to have set out a feast for her crows. Okay, is that it? You probably shouldn't mess with this trapdoor without Barbara's precision. And probably all her birds' permissions, too. I think that's supposed to say permission. Permission. This chess set is nothing but rooks on one side and nothing but doves on the other. Okay. I'm gonna go back to, where was it? Monster Shack? It's a grisly sight. The carcass of some kind of swamp animal covered in huge ticks. Oh no, wait. Some of them are buzzing around in the air. Are they actually wasps? Huh. Well, it turns out both things can be true. They're tick wasps, which are notable for being the only insect that can stab you with both ends. Protect yourself with knowledge. Fortunately, you happen to know that tick wasps are deterred by high-pitched noises. You don't have the right frequency of whistle on hand, but you've learned a pretty good vocal approximation of it. It sounds like this. Yeah! The tick wasps grimace and shoot you dirty looks and buzz away. Hi, did you meet the flyman? Did you get, Yeah, I got it. Here. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it in this little silver locket and treasure it forever. What's he like? Was his experiment a success? I've gotta go. The kid pulls out a sash and pins a badge on it and hands it to you. As thanks, here's an official Monster Squad sash and your first Monster Squad badge. Okay, I got a Monster Club sash. Neat, thanks. Okay, I haven't done that yet. Any luck getting a feather from Barbara Yagra? You mean from one of her birds, right? Right, yeah, she doesn't have feathers herself. We established that. Good, just checking. Here you go. Well, thanks, mister. What was she like? She was pretty nice, actually. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Cool. Okay, I don't have that. Okay, so... I forget what I needed for that. I don't remember whether or not I had anything that, like, tells me about it. I don't think I do have that. Actually. It's actually a better hat. Okay. Okay, I don't have enough stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back to that. I have 262 experience. I'll check this out and then I'll call it. I know I keep pushing it back and back and back, but like I'll do one more location. As you pick your way through the muck of the swamp, you encounter one of those newfangled diagonal half boxcars. Wait a minute, there's no such thing as a diagonal half boxcar. It's just a regular boxcar half sunk into the swamp. Not right now. All the items on this table are either made of or covered in moss. Well, if this isn't the moss man that kid was talking about, you've got a real unusual coincidence here. He doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for a fight, it might be best to take advantage of surprise. Excuse me, are you a moss man? Yep, that's me, Clyde Mossman. Pleased to meet you. Hi, I'm Jamie. Welcome to my humble abode. I ain't get many visitors, well, except some weird kid I sometimes see picking around the trees. Are you an actual moss man? I ain't quite sure I get your meaning. That's my last name, like I said. Yeah, but are you a human person or some sort of moss swamp creature? I get that this is a strange and possibly rude question. Well, I weren't always this way. I've been living in the swamp a long time. Just kind of dug in and got comfortable. The moss just sort of grows out of me natural like now, instead of hair. I guess it happened so gradual, and I got so accustomed to it, it didn't occur to me to question it. Whoops, sorry. I didn't mean to give you some kind of philosophical crisis. Can't speak. No apology necessary, friend, but it is something I'm gonna be chewing on for a while. Can I have some of your moss? Excuse me? You dropped an existential bombshell on me, and now you're asking for my part of my body? Well, I'm really not in top social form today. I guess I do need some of that moss though. Well, I'll tell you what, help me solve this puzzle of whether I'm a man or a monster, and I'll give you some moss. Sorry, I have no idea. Okay, I need +6 mysticality. Is there anything that gives me 2 mysticality? Like this one gives me 1 mysticality, but I don't think that's enough. So I would need something else as well as that. Okay, there we go. You eat the berry cake in half a bite. That little cake had some big magic in it. Okay. So about that moss. Again with moss, what do you even want my moss for? If I tell you, this will get even more weird and awkward. Not telling me ain't helping in that regard, but like I said, if you can help me solve the question of my humanity, I'll give you some. Well, the way I see it, you seem intelligent and can hold a conversation and haven't tried to murder me for my delicious organ meats. How do you know they're delicious? So I figure, what does it really mean to be human anyway? You may well less be Homo sapien or whatever the technical term for moss is, but does that really matter in the grand scheme of things? What's really important is just being a good person, whatever kind of person you are. That's real, even if it's an extremely weird kind of person. But that's real good of you to say, friend. I guess that answers my question. Great. Here, let me give you some of my moss, like I promised. He peels off some of his mustache and hands it to you. Thanks. Say, are you a hobo? Heh, well, ain't the thing about hobos that they're always on the move? I feel like I'm practically the opposite of a hobo. I happen to know a group of hobos that have settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp. I bet you'd be welcome there if you're interested. Well now, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to visit and see. In fact, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. Heh. He marked the location of the hobo camp on Clyde's map, and he heads off into the swamp with a wave. Cool. This moss is twinkling for some reason. Do I want to know? The rocks in that direction are not mossy enough to investigate. Okay. Was that all that was this? Okay. Let's go back to the monster shack, give the kid the thing, and then I'll do it. You're browsing your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet now and then. This swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost, the biome. So it's not like that's news or anything, but you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for world's worst smelling swamp. God in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell of the whisk that kid was looking for. God dang it. I pressed the wrong one. Oh well. I just have to wait for next time. So which kid wanted it? Was it you? I met the moss man you were talking about. See, I told you he's real. Yeah, he's a pretty decent guy, actually. He gave me his mustache. Here. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. The kid happily sticks the mustache to his upper lip. How do I look? Mossy? This is the best day of my life. The kid takes your stash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Cool. There. Man. These chapters are getting longer and longer, but I'm starting to think that they're more like filler than anything else, because apparently there's only 5 chapters, and I'm already in chapter 4, and the chapters are getting longer and longer and longer and longer as time goes on. So I don't know if it's just like a bunch of filler or if it's just like it has a lot going for it, but I'm gonna call it there. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm not good with outros, so I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye!